And welcome back to Backspace Academy. In this hands-on lab, we're going to be running through how to create an encryption key using the KMS service and then use that key to encrypt data. So make sure that you've downloaded the lab notes that come with the course. Now the KMS service, it's located in the IAM management console. So if you look for KMS here, you won't find it. You need to go to IAM. And from there you can scroll down and select encryption keys. So you can see here I've got some encryption keys, but they're all being created by different AWS services like Cloud9, S3 and all this sort of thing. So you can see those ones with the Amazon logo next to them. They're not ones that I have actually created myself. So what we need to do is create one ourselves that we can use to encrypt data with. So we create a key. Let's give that key a name. And we won't bother about a description with it. And we click on next step. And we won't worry about putting a tag in. We don't need that for now. Okay, so we need to select some administrators. So I'm just going to select myself as an administrator. And we also need to select some people that can use this key to encrypt data. So I'm just going to select myself again. And next step. So there's our key policy and we click on finish. And that's how easy it is to create a key to use on AWS. Okay, so now that I've created that key, I can use that key to encrypt data in Amazon S3. So what I'm going to do is jump into the S3 management console. And I'm going to create a bucket. So I'm just going to give this bucket a name. And I click on next. Okay, so now we've got some options here available. So if we scroll down, we can see automatically encrypt objects when stored in Amazon S3. So that's what we want to do. So I'm just going to click on that. And what we want to do is that we're not going to use the AWS S3 managed key. We're going to use the KMS key that we created. So we click on KMS and we select our key that we created. And there it is, test key. And we'll save. And there we can see, so we've now got that set up and we click on next. And I'm just going to leave this as private. I won't change the permissions of it. And there we go. So we can see here now, when we look at the properties of it, we can see here we've got default encryption, AWS KMS. So we'll create that bucket. So I'll just jump into that bucket now. And we're just going to upload some files. So I'm just going to grab a little file and upload it. Okay, so just going to upload one of our review PDFs. And we've got some options here for permissions. I'll just leave that all as private. Okay, so now we can select whether we want this to be encrypted or not. And so we can see here, we can select the AWS KMS. I'm going to leave it as none because I want to see what happens if I upload this and tell AWS not to encrypt it. So let's go. We'll click on next and we can see here we've got encryption. No. So let's see what happens. So I upload this. Okay, so that's been uploaded. So if I click on that and I have a look at it and we look at the properties, we can see that in fact, it has been encrypted. So even though we told the S3 service to upload this without encryption, it has automatically encrypted that for us because we have defined at the bucket level that anything that goes into this bucket must be encrypted. And if you make a mistake and don't select encryption, it doesn't matter. It will be automatically encrypted when it goes into this bucket. So what I'm going to do now is just download that. And if I click on that, what will happen is that it will be downloaded unencrypted or decrypted. So what that means is that the S3 service has managed everything for us and we don't really have to worry about that at all. And the KMS service has supplied the key and it's all quite transparent for us. So that's just how easy it is. So what we do now is we've finished up with this lab. So what I'll do is I'll just clean it all up. So I'll just go back to the main index of Amazon S3 and I'll just click on that and delete bucket. Okay, so the bucket's been deleted. So what we need to do now is just get rid of that key. So we can't just delete the key. We can delete the key, but we can't do it in one hit. So what we need to do is go to Key Actions and Schedule Key Deletion. We can't just do it instantaneously. And we just had to put a waiting period in there. So just put in 7 days and schedule that deletion. And in 7 days, that deletion will occur. So that brings us to the end of the lab. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.